Hi guys, this is Grace and welcome to process video number 117. This is going to be my first video for the month of February and I'm still working with my homemade kit. If you have not seen the items that I put together for my homemade kit, I'll make sure to link that in the description below. So with this one, I wanted to kind of challenge myself to use up the 6x6 paper pads, and so I'm going to use them as a quadrant background. And so I picked 4 papers that I'm just trimming off just a tad so that I can have a border in between the squares and also all around it. And I'm using a very dark brown cardstock. I think that's from Creative Memories. I might be wrong, but I think that's what it is. Anyways, so the 6x6 pad that I'm using is from Chamel, and it's the True Stories line. I used one is lined paper and then the other one has a very subtle dot, and then I have that bold yellow and then a diagonal green. Now this is going to be a boyish page, so I made sure that I picked the colors that matched my theme. The pictures that I'm using, there's actually 4 and they're cut into 2x3s and also a 2x2, I believe. No, I think I cut that 3x4. Can't remember anymore. It's been a while. But I'm showing you these tags that I created using a tag die from Newton's Nuke. I got that from Simon Says Stamp. And again, I wanted to maximize my 6x6 paper pad, so that's why I used the tag. And some of them were from a scraps. That's why you see that red one that has kind of a cutout circle on the edge. And I wanted to use up as much of the papers that I can, and so that's why I'm just going to tuck that in. And then that paper, I cut it into 3x4, and then I dressed it up with some stickers. And then that one with the speech bubble is a cut apart from the Simple Stories 12x12 paper that I cut into 3x4s. And so I'm just tucking that in. The thing that I noticed with this quadrant design was that I was debating if I wanted to house all my items within each of the quadrants, but then I thought that it would just be nice to just spread the items, like the pictures and the elements, on the center. So that's why I ended up doing. And then I'm just dressing up the boxes there. So my title will end up being that sticker that says "Let's Hear It for the Boys." I thought that it was uh, well suited for this page of my son getting an award when he was a Cub Scout. This was, I think, in 2013, so 4 years ago, and I believe he was a Weeblos in this one. So I'm making my own flags. I have some papers that I'd cut out from the Simple Stories 3x4 papers, and then so they're just word strips, and then I have toothpick, and then I'm just using some washi tape to adhere the toothpick on the back of that paper. I did cut the ends of it, one end of it, into a pennant shape. And so that's going to be my homemade triangle, and then I'm just trying to figure out what twine I can use to tie those two together. And then that gold frame, that's from Freckled Fawn, and it was silver, and I thought that, you know, it will kind of work with this color scheme. I really wasn't too worried about mixing and matching the colors because I've already done that kind of pre-planning when I put together my kit. I know that this kit, or the elements in this kit, will work together because I had taken the time to put the kit on my own. Now I'm adding that August sticker on the top because this was taken in August, or this memory was in the month of August. But as you can see, it's not very noticeable on the page, and I was debating if I would kind of draw black lines around the letters so that it will pop out a little bit. But I did notice that I have a lot of text on my page already, so that's just kind of an added accent. So I decided to just make that a subtle design instead of making it stand out a little bit more. And I did have that wood yay from Freckled Fawn as well, and then I put that on the bottom of my journaling block, and it actually balances out the toothpick that I have used for my pennants on the right side. And then I added some twine to one of the tags that I created, and I wanted to make sure that the twine doesn't move, so I added some staples. And then here are some gold brads. Now I debated if I wanted to put this in this page or not. I felt like I needed something glittery to balance the silver frame on the other side, and I didn't have any other silver items in my scrapbook kit. And so I just went with this gold one. And you know, when I look back at it, I don't know if it actually worked, but hey, I was able to use up some of my stash, and it it was okay. So I'm not going to be too worried about that. Now that I look at it, it actually matched the yellow on the top left, sorry, of my quadrant. So I think it works out. What do you guys think? Leave it in the comment section below if you think that it worked, or if you think that I should have just skipped on the gold brads. So I'm just adding some stickers to finish off the page. This is pretty much done. I'm just adding a few more little embellishments. I will add some blue enamel dots to the centers of, or no, to the tops of the tags, just to kind of have a finished look. And I was trying to figure out if a stamp will work really well here. I haven't used these stamps. I pulled them out for my kit, and I haven't really used them in the past few layouts. So, but it didn't end up working with this page. So I have some close-ups after this, and if you have any questions, just leave it in the comment section below, and I will catch you guys later. Bye.